Hi guys, this is gonna be a reading. What do the spirits think about you? It's almost Halloween, and the veil is being thin. So basically, with the veil being thinned and the spirits being a little bit more around, what do they be thinking about you? This is timeless reading, so even if it's not near Halloween, this is just what the spirits of the dead that like surround you, not even ones that specifically know you, but just the spirits of the dead, like all of them, what they think about you, and especially when it comes to like being nearer to you or coming into contact with you, like around Halloween when the veil is thinner. So, I'm also gonna be a kitty for Halloween if you didn't notice. But the pile's gonna be incense. The first pile is gonna be this white incense, this white one. The second pile is gonna be this green incense. The third pile is gonna be this pink incense. So these are the piles. Choose wisely. One, you chose this white incense for your reading. What's this gonna be? What do spirits think about you? Okay. So, when the veil is thinner, or even when, like, pile 1 is more in tune with the spirits beyond the veil, what do the spirits be thinking about pile 1 then, when they are, like, closer to pile 1 and can feel their energy? We have 8 of Pentacle. We have Valet of Blades in reverse. And we have the Devil reverse. So basically, the energy I'm getting here is the spirits be kind of looking at you a little bit like, as one would a child who doesn't know any better, or like how sometimes big families can sort of be super hard on the child and be super playful with them just because they're like the kid of the group or whatever. I don't know, it's like I just keep seeing them all laughing at you, but they're kind of like, it's not necessarily a mean way, it's just like, oh, their pile 1 goes, they don't even know what they're doing, ha ha ha. Or maybe not even that you don't know what you're doing, but just like something about your childish vigor and your vitality and the amount of energy you have be making the spirits be like, it just makes them feel silly, and it makes them smile and laugh like, oh, there's pile 1. Some of you might be like a jokester, you might be very humorous, and you make a lot of people laugh, or people could see you as like the class clown or something like that type of archetype, but deep down everybody really loves you and relies on you because you bring that happiness and that light to the table. But I'm feeling like you have a lot of spirits who are watching over you and guiding you and protecting you, because there's a lot of energy here of these spirits knowing how you're gonna die, or like your spirit is there too, like in the future when you die, your spirit is gonna be beyond the veil, and that doesn't really, time-wise, that doesn't matter, like your spirit's always gonna be there, so it's there right now. And it's like the way that you die is almost funny in a way. Like looking back on it, the spirits are looking back on you now, like where you are right now in the material world, and they're like, you don't even know yet how you're gonna die, bruh. They're just looking at you like, you don't even know. You don't even know. But also, I'm feeling like a lot of you, pile 1, a lot of you specifically signed on to this lifetime to repeal a bunch of karmic cycles and to help with a lot of karmic cycles at once. Like major downloads, like a lot of them at once. Some of you could have like toxic family or something that you were had to like inherit generational curses or generational spirit energies, entrapments, and you just sort of had to be the one ending the cycle all by yourself. And it's been really, really, really hard on you. Like, these are not easy karmic cycles. These are not easy karmic cycles, but the spirits see you here grinding through these karmic cycles. It's almost like you have a status of some sort, or a respect in the spirit world, because these like spirits that have passed on see you as someone really resilient, someone who's really working hard and staying on that grind when it comes to karmic issues, instead of just letting the patterns repeat and not solving anything, and nothing is solved. So, but also I see you being like, I see your death happening because of these karmic cycles you've been working so hard to like help fix, and that you came onto this earth to fix. But I see your death having to do with one of those karmic cycles, or just the fact that you're always trying to help with those things, or you're always trying to fix those things, because you're a healer. And it's like the spirits just know, like they know you're a good person, they know you're a healer, and they know you're on that grind with these karmic cycles. But at the same time, they also know that like that's gonna be the death of you, basically. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. Like, they just look at you like, oh, your golden heart is gonna be what kills you. And it's not like that's a bad thing. It's not like the spirits think that that's a bad thing. It's just they're looking at you like, pile one. It's pile one right there. It's almost like a respect, but also like a sadness, a reluctant, sort of like, aw, damn, there goes pile one. But like this knowingness, it's hard to explain, but you're just, I hate you, pile one. You're too good of a person. You're too much of a good person. And the spirits are like, here comes pile one with all their good energy. And bitch, of course they would die from being too fucking good of a person. Like, of course pile one would do some shit like that. But yeah. But especially when the veil gets thinner and like you are more closer to the spirits, or you're just in a mindset where you are more in tune with the spirit world, you have kind of a serious relationship to the spirits, because they like take you seriously, and they take connecting with you seriously, or like being channeled into your energy, or even you channeling their energies. Like, something about when the veil gets thinner and like it's just easier for y'all to see each other, or it's easier for y'all to feel the energy of each other and what y'all have going on, like you feeling the spirit's energy and the spirit's feeling your energy. It's just very serious. Like, it feels very real. Like, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot that has to do with your relationship to the spirits and the spirit world. I think maybe it affects your choices a lot subconsciously, whether you know it or not. It affects your choices a lot, your connection to the spirit world and to the spirits. And it's like the base. It's like the root of a lot of your choices, whether you know it or not, Pile One. And so it's like the spirits be thinking like they have a very serious relationship when it comes to you because of how you express them, or how you interact with them or connect with them. But, I think, again, with this, like, the spirits take you seriously. Like, they see you as the kid. They see you as, like, they just mess around with you and they're like, oh, I'm just playing with you, Pile One. But at the same time, there's, like, this seriousness and this respect when it comes to your energy of, like, this is very real. Like, this is very real. And, you know, that deserves respect. So, something about your connection to the spirits, and the way y'all feel each other's energy, be very important to you and to the spirits. I feel like it's going to make a lot more sense once you pass on, because your role as a passed on spirit is very important. For some reason, I feel like you might be helping a lot of people once you pass on, or a lot of the stuff that you did while you were living, you're going to finish out when you've passed on, and it's all going to make sense. And maybe that's why you have such a close connection to the spirits in the spirit world, because maybe you're sort of halfway in and halfway out of the living and the dead. Pawan, you're the best of both worlds. But yeah, that's maybe why you get caught up in all these karmic cycles and trying to fix them, is because you're kind of in tune with both of those worlds, and you're more sensitive to those things. But yeah, with the devil here, the spirits definitely see you as like the kid of the group, or like the one everyone messes around with, because that's the devil in reverse. That's literally inner child energy. And like, even with the seriousness and respect of your power and your spiritual energy, who you are, your soul, it's like the spirits who have passed on, they can't help but like fawn over you, or just be like, oh my god, you're so cute. Like when you see a kid and you're just like, I just love this fucking kid, bro. It's like the energy you'd have towards a niece or a nephew that you really love or really care about. Yeah, like everyone just sees you as like, they just want to protect you, they just want to take you in under their wing. Even spirits who don't really have a particular attachment to you, or don't even particularly like you, still have this urge to watch over you or just make sure you're safe. So yeah, that's the energy you'd be having with the spirits, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed. And go to any other piles if you felt drawn to them. At pile 2, it's 333 on the clock right now. You chose the green incense. This is gonna be your reading. Some of you might also have been attracted to the pink incense, but this is gonna be your reading on what the spirits be thinking about you, what they be feeling about you. So let's see what's up. Okay, when it comes to like the veil being thin, or just pile 2 being more in tune with the spiritual world, what's the energy? What's the energy of the relationship between pile 2 and the spirits? We have 4 sword. We have the world. And we have King of Blade. The energy here is a little less clear than pile 1. Maybe pile 2, you don't have as close of a connection to the spirit world as pile 1 does. I mean, pile 1 was like halfway in, halfway out type business, so not everybody's like that. But maybe you just have a harder time dealing with thoughts of the afterlife, or even just you don't really have that close of a connection with what's the word, necromancy, or just like things of the dead, really. Maybe you even have grown up in a culture where those things are important, but that it didn't really feel important to you. Even so, there is a fondness here. There is a fondness coming from the spirits of the dead. They have this sort of like affection towards you, and it's different from pile 1. Pile 1 was more sort of like the affection you'd have towards a little kid that you really love, but this is more like the type of affection. It's like the type of affection of like a bunch of people, you're like, if you're sitting alone at a party and everybody's having a good time, but you're sitting alone because you don't really know how to like get into the groove, and everybody at the party like turns to you and is like, come on, come join us, come on man, loosen up, let's go. And they're just trying to like bring you into it and trying to get you to have some fun. That's the affection, that's the energy here of how they have affection towards you, is they just want to bring you into the fun. They're like, don't be shy, don't be shy, come here, let's go, let's do it. And then like you're all in a little dancing circle or whatever. It's like you really could be called to the spirits of the dead. They have a lot to offer to you in terms of magical knowledge if you're into that. So you could explore that if you wanted, but it's more like you're a little bit of, you're the type of person, pal, too, where you have a lot going on, or you just you struggle in life just because you have been through some really tough shit. Like, you go through tough shit a lot. You're not trying to struggle, it's just, it's not easy for you. You haven't had an easy life. And in no way is that a bad thing, because everyone's life is different. I'm feeling like the spirits be feeling a little bad. They're like, we see how hard it is for you, and we see how much of a hard time you have, and how you kind of be in your own head with things because just of what you go through. But we want you to be able to loosen up. We want you to be able to have a little fun with life, because you've been through so much, you deserve that, basically. And it's like, whenever you're overthinking and whenever you're really in your head about something, the spirits of the dead will like send a little synchronicity, or they'll knock something over, or they'll just do something so they can help you, because it's like, you're such a good soul pal too, that they hate seeing you that way. They really do. And it's like, they hate seeing you that way, and they just want you to have some fun. They just want you to bring you into this fun energy of just enjoying yourself and being playful and mischievous like they are. And even though that's not easy for you, they're very patient with you. They're just like, oh, no, you're definitely coming with us, you're definitely gonna come party with us. So it's like a slow thing, it's a gradual thing. You definitely need to be like prepared for it very slowly and gradually. But it's like, the spirits of the dead will eventually pull you into their schemes and games. I mean, you're gonna die eventually too, so you'll be able to probably let loose a little bit more then, because you won't have to worry about the things you were worrying about before. But as of right now, they're just helping you in that way. I definitely don't see you very often being in tune with the spiritual world, but I see when the veil is thinner, you getting more messages from them, or just little things that they do to influence you happens more often, to like make you have fun. You probably end up doing a lot more like going out more, doing things you wouldn't usually do, going outside of your comfort zone around the Halloween time, because that's when the veil is thinner, and that's when they're like closer to your energy, and they're more able to influence that over you, getting you to loosen up and lighten up and have some fun. So yeah, spirits definitely see you as someone overthinking and in their head with the Four of Swords here, but they also be trying to like, it's almost they see you affectionately of that, oh, they're like that, it's that person who's like a little shy, we gotta get them in it. It's like, it's not even a bad thing, it's like they like having someone who's shy who they can sort of pull in and be like, no, it's fun, come on, come do it. It's more fun that way. But I don't know, with the world here, I seen you have this very high spiritual status, and that's probably why you're less in tune with the spirits of the dead, is because you're more in tune with the light. And whatever your spiritual purpose is in this lifetime is very of bringing completion, bringing a progressive change to the world. And so it's less about the darker things of life, it's less about the spirits of the dead. It's just not going to include those things as much. But when you do get in tune with those energies, that's when you're having a little bit more fun. That's when you're letting loose and you're just sort of doing whatever, going crazy. Like, that's when you're more in tune with the darker energies of life. But your spiritual path, like your destiny, is more along the lines of building the foundations to make things better, in general, for the world. And so that is going to take, that's probably why you be overthinking all the time, because like things are tough and you're just trying to make sure you're keeping it balanced in your head. But it can get very stressful very easily because there's just so much going on. So that's why spirits of the dead be coming in, trying to bring a little darkness into your life. Just like, let loose, do a little temptation here, just a little bit there. Like, they're mischievous when it comes to you. They be devious. They be trying to drag you into things, like, just for shits and giggles. But it's out of affection. They're not doing it out of maliciousness. They just want you to have some fun, and feel happy a little bit, like feel pleasure that you don't usually get to feel. This King of Blades, I'm feeling two different energies here, and this is going to resonate differently for different people watching. But for some of you, this energy is you. You're the King of Blades, and the spirits be seeing you as really they be really respecting you. It's like something about your intellectuality and what you bring to the table logically is very next level. It's just like some, damn, that makes so much sense. What the fuck? Pao 2's so fucking smart. What? So, and not only that, but you be really like, you have this authoritative vibe where people just want to listen to you, want to suck up to you, like they just want to please you. And the spirits be feeling like the same way towards you about that. It's like they really respect you in some reason. I feel like this also has to do with your spiritual path and the light that you're bringing to the world. But they really respect you in a way where they're like, they want to get you to have fun, but at the same time they see you as like that quiet, like brooding person who like likes to be a little bit like silent and brooding. They're like the silent brooding type. So they just let you do your own thing, but at the same time they be trying to get you to have fun, but at the same time they also like are a little scared of you and your like spiritual authority, so they be trying to respect you. But the other ones who don't like care as much about those kind of things be trying to like drag you into shit and be like, you're such a light person, like come on, do some dark shit, do some devious shit with me. But if that didn't resonate for others of you, because that's definitely not for all of you, if you don't feel like you're that kind of person, even if you do feel like you're that kind of person, this still might resonate with you. But this energy is someone watching over you. This King of Blades, you got someone watching over you who is this King of Blades energy, and they are one of the spirits of the dead. It can really be anyone, doesn't have to be someone related to you, but they are attached to you like in a way where they are staying in the spirit world to watch over you. And this could be a masculine energy or just a very authoritative or a very logical energy, a very logical person, or just someone who has like Pisces, Gemini energy of like brooding and being like emo. I don't know. But yeah, they be watching over you, and they have particular authority over making sure none of the spirits be doing anything too devious or be trying to drag you into anything too dark. Because it's like this one particular angel, because with this crown here, I'm being like angel energy, this one particular guardian angel stays very close to you and watches over you. And they sometimes let the spirits come in and like drag you into some shit, but most of the time they be like having this or a protection shield around you to protect you, because they really care about you. This person, this energy really cares about you. But that is your reading, pile 2. Go to any piles if you felt the need to. Pile 3, this gonna be a reading on what the spirits be thinking about you. What are they thinking about you? So when the veil be thinner, or just when pile 3 be more in tune with the spiritual world, what do the spirits be thinking about them? What do the spirits be thinking? Huh? What's going on here? For pile 3, with the pink incense, might have also been attracted to pile 2. Yeah, the king of this, but I can't tell if it came out in upright or reverse. What do y'all think? Yeah, reversed. Oh, it just flipped back over to upright though. Some of you wanted it to be upright. I'll put it sideways. What's going on here? Give me 2 more cards. King of Wands reverse. What's with all these kings here? Huh? Who else? Who else is here? We have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. Okay. Okay. So with 2 kings here, I'm just gonna go ahead and address the fact that there's 2 masculine energies here who are like clashing. They are clashing. This isn't gonna resonate for all of you, but some of you have like a bunch of people in your family tree, and you just have a bunch of people in your family who have passed on, who are ancestors probably watching over you. And 2 of those ancestors are like these guys, these masculine energies who butt heads. They like are protective over the family equally. They're both equally protective over the family and over you, pile 3. But when it comes to protection, they both have their own styles of protection, these 2 passed on spirits, and they both butt heads about it. They're like, no, we're protecting pile 3 my way. No, it's more safe to be protecting pile 3 this way, because this is going to happen later down the timeline. And that's the fights they be having. So yeah, they are. I don't know why that's popping up here, but they be dragging you into that because they're like, no, I'm gonna do this for pile 3, and the other one's like, no, I'm gonna do this. And so it's weird. It kind of be pulling you in 2 different directions, but they both mean well. They just have different protection styles, I guess. But that's only for some of you. If you're not resonating with this, you should probably go ahead and pick a different pile, or just keep watching if you think you might. But let's see. Maybe you're the type of person, pile 3, who's been on both sides of the coin. Like, you have been homeless, but you've also been, or you've been really fucking poor, but you've also like been at a point in your life where like you felt pretty comfortable and you felt pretty safe and good. And you've never really stayed at one or the other. You're kind of always switching around. What's the word? It's like that energy where you're a wandering soul and you're never really gonna stick to one place or one type of energy. And part of me feels like it's come from a greed of the ego, of always wanting to know more, always wanting to go more into the unknown, always trying to make yourself bigger, more knowledgeable. But at the same time, we have the upright energy here, which is experience, which is having been through all of it and learned the lesson. So it's like, while there's that energy of greed there, of just like more experiences, new experiences, I also feel like you're a really wise person, and you take every experience you've gone through and you learn a lesson from it. You deliberately try to think it through and be like, why did this happen? How did this happen? What factors went into this? Why does this go on in the world? How was I in particular dragged into this situation? It's like thinking through those things and learning the lesson is really important to you, Pal 3. I don't know, you have this paradoxical nature where like you're really wise, but at the same time you're a fool. And the spirits see you that way. That's how they see you, is like you're really fucking wise, but at the same time you're a complete fool. And it's like they're watching you wandering around in circles. Like if you could travel the whole earth, it's like that's how they're watching you, and they're just watching you go around and around all these different places, these experiences. And at some points on the circle you're being so wise and taking the most wise ass actions, and then at other points in the circle you're like doing the complete opposite. And the spirits be watching you like, damn, how does Power 3 do all that? How do they get the time to do all that? It's like, it's weird to them because it's not common to find a wandering soul like yours. And you can really be anywhere. You're very adaptable, Power 3. You can really go into the energy of practically anything and really make something out of it. But I feel like that's why there's that foolish energy of just diving into weird experiences, because you like the challenge of just like, I can do anything, I can be anything, I just have to do it. Just do it. And you just do it. And I don't know, it's like the spirits almost got this like begrudging respect of like, well, goddamn, like I never would have done that, but Pow 3 got it covered, I guess. But goddamn, Pow 3, they be thinking you're crazy. They be thinking you're crazy. Like, Pow 3 is out of pocket. But at the same time, they're like, I get it. Like, they're kind of like, I hate Pow 3, but I love them. I do. I love them. And they really like watching you. Like, they like watching you do your little thing, your little wandering soul thingy. Like, where you just keep going in circles and circles. Something really entertaining about watching you in particular do it. I don't know what you be doing, but you be entertaining as fuck. So, yeah. But that's the energy there. Also, if you ever get random money or find random money on the ground, or you're in a spot where you need money and you all of a sudden receive it for no reason, that's your spirits looking after you. That's your ancestors looking after you. That's also just spirits of the dead who aren't even your ancestors looking after you, because they like to help you on your little journey so they can keep watching you go. But this is so cute. There's this energy here of the spirits being like with the other two piles, the spirits are just like, bring them in, they can die, we'll bring them in, we'll just bring them into the mix. But with you, Pal 3, the spirits are like, no, I don't want to see Pal 3 die. I want to see how their journey ends. I want them to keep going on their little journey. It's like a bunch of spirits watching a little movie, and you're the movie, and they're like, no, I don't want the show to end. Make it keep going. Like, that's the kind of energy they have towards you, is like, they don't want you to die. They want you to keep going because they like whatever little groove you've got going on in the material world. I don't know, it really entertains them. Like, the spirits of the dead be liking you, Pal 3. They just like your groove. But let's see. I don't know, the energy here is muddy. Like, I feel like you believe in the spirits of the dead, but at the same time you doubt yourself sometimes, Pal 3, and it makes it a little bit muddy. But anyway, with the King of Wands in reverse here, you could have had a really rough childhood, or like had specifically a father figure who was abusive towards you in your childhood. the whole time that was happening, spirits of the dead and especially your ancestors were watching over you through that, and doing the best they could to help you from beyond the veil. Around Halloween, you might start getting more trauma triggers, especially if you haven't healed from those things yet. You might start getting more trauma triggers. You might be reminded of your trauma more often in that time frame, just because I don't know, it's like the spirits who've passed on are really trying to help you heal and work through your trauma, because whatever you went through as a child was really traumatic and you couldn't deal with it as a child because you didn't understand those things. But like afterwards, like looking back on it, it's really hard for you to process, and the spirits be trying to help you with that. And I don't know how to explain this. I really don't. It's like part of your spiritual journey is being able to heal with those things, and to process what happened to you and what that means and everything else. And I feel like it's really important to the spirits who've passed to help you on that part of your spiritual journey. And I don't know why. I think it's because while they were watching over you as a kid, they grew attached to like needing to help you through that, and the fact that they hated having to see you go through that. I really couldn't explain it to you, but that energy is here and they are really protective over you over that. And also, they be ready to kick butt if anybody comes near you acting like your abuser did to you. It's like you have some major fucking spiritual guardians, like some real thugs, some real like scary ass fucking people who are watching over you in the spirit world, and they aren't letting anything pass. They aren't letting anything by. They're like, you think you can get to pile 3? You think again? And they're like laughing about it, and they're like, haha, you really thought, you little bitch. Like, they are serious. They are not joking around. But yeah, these spirits be really protective over you. And again, it's like this energy where they don't want you to die, because they want to see where you keep going. They want to see how you keep going on your journey, because you've always just been able to keep going, and it's like something they really admire you for. Like, they really admire you about it. Also, I'm feeling like for Halloween, if you dress up as someone like scary, or like an an angry, scary type costume, I don't know, something about you channeling anger and scariness. It's like the spirits want you to do that. It's like, especially for Halloween, like doing it for shits and giggles. It's something about seeing you, Pile 3, channeling that like scary, angry energy of like whoever these creatures or whoever the costume is, that is really enthralling. It's like, why is this so spicy? I just yum 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 yum. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, Pile 3, people really like these spirits of the dead. They really like seeing you, that flip side of you, and like taking on a completely different energy from who you usually are. It's like a different side of you that you've never really opened yourself up to before, but it's a side of you that they really like, and they really want to get you into that so they can keep watching you do that, because they're like, again, it's like watching a movie. They're just like completely enthralled. Like, I could keep watching this forever. I don't know, Pile 3. I've gathered from this reading that you were pretty fucking entertaining. Some of you might like actually be actors or do something like that, where you just show yourself off to other people for a living or for a hobby. People eat it the fuck up. They eat it up, bro. I'm not even playing. 8 of Cups? 8 of Cups? Yeah, again with them wanting to help you heal. I really can't understand why, but like, they do. They want to help you heal. Like, they be specifically watching over you to help you heal. And you might also be like pulled towards healing and towards facing your trauma and your trauma triggers around the time when the veil is thinner, like around Halloween. or even when you're just more in tune with the spiritual world, you start feeling the urge to do those healings and that shadow work. But also, if you've ever gone through like any of the big breakups you've gone through, or significant relationship failings like friendships, anything like that you've gone through where you've had to move on from something significant, the spirits of the dead have helped you through. It's like whenever you have a huge conflict or obstacle in your life, it's like, again, how you're able to just keep going through the circle and you do all the little things, and sometimes you're wise and sometimes you're a fool. Either way, it's like conflict adds to the drama, and they like seeing how you address conflict. Like, they seriously be watching you like a movie. I'm not even playing. Like, they seriously be watching you like that, and they're like, the conflict hits, what's pile 3 gonna do now? How are they gonna move on from this? And they'd be so, like, what's the word, they'd be so entranced in the show, and they'd be so, like, what's the word? Caught up, I guess you could say. They just get really into it, and they just get into the story of it, and it's like they're rooting for the main character, which is you, Pao 3. They'd be like, you can do it, Pao 3. You can move on from those stupid bitches. They didn't even need you. You're wit. You're gonna boss up. You're gonna glow up, and you're gonna step on all of those hoes. Like, they seriously be cheering you on from beyond the veil. Like, I don't know why they be watching you like a movie, but they be like rooting for you. Like, I don't know. They see you as relatable. They see you as someone they like that they could relate to and that they understand like that. So I don't know, I guess you are the main character, Pal 3, but that's your reading.